안녕하세요. Hi, my name is Ryan Johnson and I look after the technical field team for Sumo Logic in the Asia Pacific region. Today, I will be taking you through a demonstration of the Sumo Logic service, the cloud-native continuous intelligence platform helping organisations of all sizes build, run and secure their IT environments and applications. As well as this, I will be discussing considerations that all organisations must take as they make their transition to the cloud, no matter where you are on this journey. Before I jump into Sumo Logic, it's worthwhile exploring the technical landscape to understand the depth and breadth of the challenges we help our customers address. The drive to compete in the modern economy has driven the top companies in the world to invest in new ways of doing things, new technology to support that, and the architectures to support that as well. You can think of this as two big trends. First, we see businesses striving for larger and larger scale. Only 10 years ago, systems and platforms designed to support only thousands of users was the norm. Now you may be seeing millions or even billions of users. You're also seeing that scale being explored in other ways, like the number of transactions, goods shipped, countries served, and many more. The bottom line is, things are getting bigger. And not only are they getting bigger, but they're getting faster. The only way to achieve that scale is through the adoption of new technologies. In just 20 years, we have moved from mainframes to virtualization, cloud, microservices, and now IoT. Things are getting smaller and smaller, but there are more and more things to manage. And in this management is complexity, and this transition hasn't been easy. On the left, we have the traditional architectures that served us in the early 2000s. Three-tier and service-oriented architectures that were built to handle the scale of that time. For the most part, the management of these architectures is a solved problem, well understood and well served by traditional tools. Then we move to the right. Companies like Google, Yahoo, Twitter, Facebook, and Amazon blazed a new path with the demands they were putting on their applications. They learned how to scale to millions of users and move faster than ever before. The solutions they designed led to the microservices revolution. The complex and fragile legacy applications were now broken down into smaller, reusable components that leverage technologies like containers and serverless functions to scale beyond previous expectations. The problems is that this side of the divide is the Wild West. Things are changing constantly, and the applications have become incredibly complex. The legacy analytics tools built for server-based legacy architectures just can't keep up with the complexity of the new microservices movement. Similarly, pricing models are hopelessly outdated and don't scale, sometimes still incorporating host and node-based licensing in a containerized world. Add to this, modern approaches to development give users the flexibility to choose the tooling and technology best suited to getting the job done, meaning rigid legacy tooling is no longer fit for purpose. So my ask of you is, where are you on this transition? And how does your organization deal with the complexity in your IT environment today? And how will it deal with it in the future? As the title says, the IT ecosystem is becoming increasingly complex. Your platforms are changing. You're moving away from dedicated private data centers to cloud, hybrid or public environments. And this presents a new operating model that you need to embrace and manage. Your infrastructure is changing with containers, serverless functions, and orchestration. Machines spin up and disappear. Containers come and they go away. Data is now ephemeral. The application architecture is changing. With microservices, your applications are now way more complex with many more components and a lot of moving parts and changes. Importantly, the security landscape is changing. The security doesn't exist at the perimeter anymore. It sits in the code. So you need to take care of those new surface areas like cloud infrastructure, services, API. You also need to support new regulations and compliance requirements. And finally, your organization and your processes are changing. Enterprises are adopting Agile, DevOps, DevSecOps, which require common data platforms to support collaboration between teams that need to be performant, secure, and extensible. So how are other organizations making the transition from the left to the right? As organizations adopt the cloud, the most common approaches are those listed on the right. Let's go through them as an evolution from the bottom up. Firstly, we have the rehost, the classic lift and shift. This is where we move applications directly, as is, to the cloud. These first tentative steps to cloud adoption, organizations want to realize efficiencies and cost savings in no longer needing to purchase, manage, or maintain the infrastructure to support their critical applications. This has the benefit of freeing up resources to also concentrate on their core business and new initiatives. Next, we have the replatform, the lift and shift and tinker. This is where we move the applications directly to the cloud while replacing some components with cloud services like load balancers and scalable databases, etc. With some forethought, new cloud components and architectures can be supported easily in future. Next, the reprovision. This is where we move internal applications to SaaS platforms, including CRMs like Salesforce and productivity tooling like Office 365. This is done to better serve users and customers by using best-of-breed solutions. This is also where we start to realize the value of security and compliance efficiencies that are provided when we start to use these software as a service tools. We can start to take advantage of third-party SaaS application security independently assess compliance requirements such as ISO 27001, PCI DSS, and SOC 2 Type 2. This is where we can reduce the risk of our applications and confidently expand your security perimeter. Next, we have the re-architect, where we start to take a fresh look at our applications with a view to taking advantage of the speed, power, functionality, and economies of scale the cloud has to offer. This is where scalability really comes to the fore, where we can support new cloud components, microservice architectures, and containerization, for example on Kubernetes, seamlessly. We can scale effortlessly as your new application architecture attracts more users and usage increases. Finally, we have the nirvana, the going full cloud native, the rebuild. Applications here have been written from the ground up with the scalability, security, extensibility, and reuse in mind to take full advantage of cloud. This allows for individual components to be evaluated, swapped out, scaled, tuned, and secured using best-of-breed cloud-native tooling. But no matter where you are on your journey to cloud adoption, there are challenges that must be addressed. No matter if you're on-premise, in the cloud, or incorporate a mixture of the two, visibility is critical. Transitioning between every one of those previous steps requires additional insight, and you may need tools that can adapt to change and keep up with your business. Legacy tools were created to solve yesterday's challenges, not the modern challenges of scale and agility in the cloud. The new world of microservices, containers, and the cloud is changing very fast, and it is extremely difficult to keep up capabilities with the latest technology, even for the most sophisticated teams. Your security perimeter is changing. Can you keep up? As your company adopts cloud and SaaS-based solutions, your security perimeter has expanded dramatically. You need a security analytics solution that will give you visibility into every part of your new footprint across your cloud delivery cycle. And you need to identify and fix threats quickly, no matter where they arise, and respond in real time. The cloud accelerates your business. Can your tools keep up? When companies migrate applications to the cloud, those applications often outperform traditional architectures. Traditional analytics tools can't scale with the rapid usage and volume, velocity, and variety changes the cloud brings. You will either overpay or disappoint your users and compromise your relationships or partnerships with your vendors. But finally, baselining. You can't declare victory if you can't measure success. You need to be able to baseline performance for your traditional application architectures and compare that baseline to cloud performance in order to protect user experience and not lose customers. You need full visibility across both on-prem and cloud environments in order to avoid impacting the user experience of your applications. Traditional tooling just doesn't scale for the cloud, nor do they support modern architectures. You need a new, modern analytics platform that can scale instantly and support the economics of the cloud that meet the level of performance that your team is striving towards. With all that being said, Sumo Logic's mission is to help our customers navigate the transition to and succeed with the cloud and microservices. So whether you're on-premise, in the cloud, or a mix of the two, Sumo Logic can provide your operational, business, and security insights into your applications and the infrastructure, platforms, and tooling that you use to support them. But let's take a look at Sumo Logic. Sumo Logic is a cloud-native machine data analytics and aggregation platform. We can take on board logs, metrics, and events from practically any source and let our customers analyze that data to get operational, security, and business insights into their mission-critical applications. But what is machine data? It includes logs, metrics, and events that are emitted from your applications and infrastructure. We consume this data to enable you to manage the performance and security posture of your applications and to deliver excellent customer experience to your customers. We are delivered as a software as a service platform, so there's nothing for you to build, manage, or maintain. You simply send us your data securely, and you can instantly start to analyze it for the insights that you need. We have built a massively scalable platform that serves over 2,000 customers globally, and we process and analyze in excess of 150 petabytes of data every day, run over 30 million searches every day, and scan over 500 trillion records daily. No other service provides this level of proven scalability and elasticity. We support cloud, hybrid, or on-prem applications and infrastructure. As a cloud-based company ourselves, we get cloud, AWS, Azure, and GCP, etc. But we just as easily monitor your virtual machines on-premise in your data center, as well as your entire public cloud stack. In fact, 30% of our data is actually from on-premise environments. We provide one integrated platform serving multiple use cases. Many of our customers use us for full DevSecOps analytics, operational security, and business insights. We provide a true cloud economics model. Unlike our competition who license by a one-size-fits-all model, we realize that not all data is created equal and provide a flexible licensing model. Our licensing takes into account average data volumes, your business and seasonal patterns, and the type of analytics you want to run to provide you a solution that's tailor-built for your needs. We offer exceptional time to value and customer experience. Most of our customers are repeat customers, and most of them will attest to the extreme data and outcome-driven customer experience from Sumo. We have the toughest security attestations and certifications today, supporting both PCI DSS, ISO 27001, SOC 2, HIPAA, and others. No other analytics company offers this level of out-of-the-box certifications and attestations on an analytics software as a service. So what does Sumo Logic do? Sumo Logic can ingest the full application stack, machine data from your apps, cloud systems, infrastructure as a service, platforms as a service, and software as a service, and on-premise infrastructure. Our software as a service enables you to collect and centralize this data, monitor, visualize, and alert based on this data. For example, we can identify when an SLA is breached or when a security threat is identified, troubleshoot issues using our machine learning-driven advanced analytics to get to the root cause of these issues, and to optimize your application performance and the security of your apps. There are three key areas that our customers use Sumo Logic for. Operational analytics. Our solution enables you to monitor, alert, and troubleshoot your application performance issues. With our solution, you can proactively identify application issues and reduce your mean time to identify these issues. We also provide advanced analytics to quickly get to the root cause of them, reducing mean time to investigate and mean time to resolve them by over 90% for many of our customers. Security analytics. Our solution enables you to quickly identify threats, go deep into threat investigation, and keep your enterprise secure and compliant. We provide out-of-the-box compliance like PCI, HIPAA, etc. And we also enable you to quickly create audit reports to serve your compliance and attestation needs. We also include an inbuilt threat intelligence feed by best-of-breed threat intelligence providers to augment your own data for immediate security insight. Lastly, we provide deep visibility into your applications and your customers. Many of our customers use us to release apps faster by improving their DevOps processes. Many of our customers also use us to optimize their applications by understanding their own users and their usage, etc. If you know what devices and software your customers use, where they access your application, what module function they use, you can focus on the right capabilities to deliver these customers. Finally, many leading edge customers use us for customer support to quickly address customer issues with timely, relevant, and contextual data. And Sumo provides all these capabilities in a single platform. And this serves all your teams: dev, ops, security, customer support, etc. What that means is that you need to bring this data in once, and the solution can provide you operational, security, and business intelligence. So what infrastructure and which applications does Sumo Logic support? Sumo Logic will ingest data from practically any application, whether off-the-shelf, software as a service, public cloud, or custom applications that you might develop in-house. For many common applications, Sumo Logic provides over 200 integrations and applications out of the box. And these cover apps, infrastructure, third-party solutions, etc. These are often created in partnership with vendors to ensure content of value is available straight away. These apps allow you to get fast insights into applications and your infrastructure that supports it. They know how to ingest and interpret the data, correlate it with other data streams, and present dashboards and reports for immediate insight. If there is a product or platform that we don't support out of the box, it can be easily created by yourselves, your users, through our extensive partner network, or we can build that for you through our professional services capability. We also have an active community of users who build and contribute apps to this ecosystem. Another key difference for Sumo Logic is that we realize that our users are the lifeblood of our service. As a software as a service, we know that we are up for evaluation every year, so we are focused on delivering value to our organizations and our users. A crucial part of this is the instructor-led training we conduct at no charge for our users. Whether it's learning the fundamentals through our generalist and search mastery courses, diving deeper with our administration course, doing our security analyst certification to master threat hunting, or our Kubernetes analyst course to unify logs and metrics to gain industry-leading visibility into the microservices and the orchestration of them, we seek to enable our users, not monetize them. Finally, it's worth mentioning that Sumo Logic has 2,000 paying customers from all across the globe, across every technical vertical, including here in Korea. These organizations trust Sumo Logic as they adopt technology, embrace the cloud, and help them build, run, and secure their applications and environments. And with that, I'd like to take everyone through a demonstration of the Sumo Logic service to highlight the features, capabilities, functions, and performance that is being used by those 2,000 paying customers and many thousand more across the globe. Sumo Logic is a cloud-native machine data analytics platform delivered as a service. We help customers monitor, troubleshoot, and secure their modern applications and infrastructure. The Sumo platform provides several key advantages, including our true multi-tenant architecture, which makes dealing with static capacity limits a thing of the past. This enables pricing based on average ingest rather than peak utilization, unlike legacy providers. This translates to roughly a 30% savings. Not all data is created equal, and our customers can differentiate between production, development, and compliance data with pricing and performance that reflects the true value of that data. But today, we're going to use Sumo Logic to understand the health and events happening in a system. These events include operations, development, and security-related data, all visualized in a single dashboard to provide visibility to groups with a wide breadth of responsibility, namely DevSecOps. Instead of looking at these from a siloed perspective, we'll be correlating logs across the CI/CD pipeline. We'll also see anomalous behavior occurring in our dashboard. We're regularly monitoring, investigate this situation, and use this to prevent a potentially costly attack. First, we'll see that we've received an alert for an anomalous data spike. This is an out-of-the-box alert that comes with Sumo Logic, and we always recommend setting this up as a best practice. This alert can be caused by something like too many errors, failed logins, developers accidentally cranking up their logging and leaving it on, or some other unknown occurring. From this alert, I can dive into my DevSecOps dashboard by clicking on this link. Most of these dashboard panels come from our out-of-the-box app catalog, which has pre-built content for many common technologies, including an extensive set of AWS integrations, which you can see here. But back to this DevSecOps dashboard, we see different data visualized. We can see the rate of data flowing to Sumo by log level. This can help us understand overall activity happening and help establish baselines for normal activity behavior. This panel is what generated the alert that initially led us to this dashboard. We can also see the rate of threats hitting our system by threat level down here. But it looks to be only some low or no confidence threats like port scanners. As mentioned before in the webinar, Sumo Logic incorporates a threat intelligence feed from CrowdStrike, which is provided to all customers as part of the paid service. There are also some panels showing some system level metrics like CPU utilization and network traffic. If we looked at most of the logs and the metrics behind these panels on their own, we may not see a problem, but graphed, visually correlated, and presented on a single dashboard, peculiarities stand out, and we'll start digging into our metric spike in the network traffic, which we see here. If you recall from our log level rate, we saw a ton of new debug logs. This seems harmless, but we want to see if this has anything to do with it. In our metrics query, we're going to do a log overlay of debug logs. I'm going to search my demo data, source category, which is our metadata, equals this, looking for debug. We find that shortly before the spike, in total inbound TCP connections is when the debug logs started showing up, which we see right here. Let's drill into this first time slice that the debug started showing up. So here we see those logs. I want to see what was happening immediately before and after the inbound TCP connection spike. So let's look at the surrounding messages for a plus and a minus 5 minutes. You can see that I'm searching the source category Demo DevSecOps App. I'm going to wildcard the app portion of the source category. This will allow me to see not just my app logs, but any logs associated with my environment. You can see now that we have a few thousand messages. So to make it easier to figure out what's going on, we're going to use logReduce on these messages. logReduce is our machine learning algorithm that will analyze every single event for commonalities, both in structure and value, and reduce these events down to a signature. It helps condense these 6,000 events down to something much more manageable. In this case, 2 pages of signatures. Once we scroll to the bottom, we can see a message that occurred once to see that a new build was pushed. This probably indicates that a debug flag was left on with a new build. But why then are we seeing a network traffic spike? Well, now we're going to use log compare to see how the signatures in our environment have changed compared to 7 days ago. Log compare is a variation of logReduce. It will run two logReduce searches concurrently and show you the difference between them. This is helpful because it will identify new patterns in your environment. So this is performing a logReduce of the last 60 minutes versus the same time 7 days ago. And we can see a few new patterns, including Nginx access logs we see here. We haven't seen these before. To admin test access, which we see here. We know this is a backend page for our developers to do some testing, and it may have accidentally been left on and pushed to prod in a recent build. We'll want to quickly get this turned off. Once we turn it off, we need to do some investigation to see who is accessing the admin test access URI and to see if anybody gained access during the attack. Instead of writing a query or staying too high level, we'll look at our web server access search template, which we see here. Search templates can help you simplify searches for your users by giving them a few easy input choices. The search template was originally created for our customer support team to help troubleshoot issues that our customers were having, but we will leverage this to investigate the issue. This template allows us to specify a URI. Upon entering admin test access, it will list thousands of the requests to this URI that all started just after the most recent build. Thankfully, all the failures are returning a 401. To confirm that there were no successful access attempts, I do a quick search for a 200 status code. I can see shortly that nothing was returned. So as there were no successful unauthorized access to this URI, I can be confident that the security of my environment has not been compromised. Out of curiosity, we want to see if there was a trend to these unauthorized access attempts. If you recall from the dashboard, there were many access attempts from Russia, and we saw many of them in our search template. So we're going to look up the geolocation of the IP addresses. I can use my search template as a base, but modify the query underneath to do this. I'm also going to need to change my search to look for all status codes instead of just successful attempts. Okay. While there are attempts globally, we notice a massive amount of them are coming from a specific region in Russia. Looking at the count by region, we find that this one region was strangely high compared to the others. So now, with the cause of the alert diagnosed and able to be safely dismissed, we can return to our dashboard and let Sumo Logic monitor the environment while we receive a real-time update on our dashboard as new events come in. In today's demo, we got an alert about an anomalous spike in data ingest, used log reduce and log compare to identify changes in our environment's fingerprint, then used our search capabilities to quickly find the root cause of the ingest spike while preventing a potentially costly attack. In the beginning of the demo, I mentioned a few benefits of our multi-tenanted architecture. One other benefit is that when you sign up for a free trial, you get a production-ready environment that you can immediately start ingesting and analyzing your logs and metrics data. And the free trial has all the capabilities and benefits of a paid Sumo Logic subscription. To do so, simply go to our website, sumologic.com, start free trial, input your details, choose a region closest to you or your workloads, and sign up. And not long after, within 2 minutes, you'll be all signed up and logged in to a Sumo Logic service. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for making the time to find out a little bit more about Sumo Logic. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me personally if you have any further questions. I'd like to thank our partner, Donghoon, for the opportunity to present to you today, and we would welcome any questions you may have after today's session. And with that, 감사합니다.